Welcome back, everyone. Lori Nestor is with us today from Allen County Health Department, and she handles the WIC duties out there. Today, we're talking a little bit about nutrition. It's National Nutrition Month, and this one has a bit of a international feel to it. Tell us what the theme is.
It does. So we are celebrating a world of flavors and talking about finding ways to explore foods from other cultures, maybe try some new spices. This could be a good time to go with your kids to the grocery store and pick out a fruit maybe that you've never had before, or a vegetable. There's lots of recipes available on the internet, or you can have your kids do a little bit of research about a country, throw a little bit of a theme night maybe, you know, if you want to really get into that, and have a good opportunity just to try something different, get a chance to explore some different cuisines if you're into cooking, or just some single things, you know, a new new fruit, new vegetable, a new way of doing something. So we're trying to make that exciting at the WIC office. We talk a lot about healthy recipes, healthy eating, trying new foods anyway, so this just kind of adds a little bit of a different spin to it.
I love that idea of picking a different country, finding a recipe, and then maybe making that a family night, right?
Could do that.
Because it's all new to everybody, so you can't really mess up on it.
That's right. Well, and even if you're just trying something, even without a whole recipe, even if you're just trying something, if you don't like it, that's okay. You know, sometimes it takes a few, a few tries to decide that you like something, or maybe you don't like it one way, but maybe it's better prepared in a different way. And I have foods like that myself that I like in certain ways, but not other ways, and you just have to figure out what works for your family. I'm
glad you mentioned the spices too, because I've heard a lot of people say that spices are good for your metabolism, and in some instances, and maybe if you can check out some of these other foods, that'll help you out as far as your health, right?
And we talk about different spices that are anti-inflammatory or do other things. So yeah, the more exposure you get to some of those things, the better.
Somebody said too, the best thing to do is find a country, like we always think of those South Pacific nations where everybody lives to be 100 years old. Maybe figure out, okay, what are they eating, and kind of try to maybe at least for a little bit incorporate that into your life, right?
And even if you don't go 100% all the way down that path, even if you're just making a point of once a month or once a week trying something that's different, or whether it's like eating more beans or more vegetables, trying to do that. At least some people will do Meatless Monday, where they try different things other than relying on meat, or they'll just pick a day, pick an occasion, and see what might work for your family.
I feel like, I know this is true with me, I feel like, just jumping off what you just said, I get in a rut. Like, I have maybe a half dozen things that I like, and that's all I cook during the week. So if we take up your idea, maybe we can start incorporating some different things in there, right? Yeah. The other thing is, when we think about National Nutrition Month, is it a lot of the same stuff we've heard over the years as far as portion control and fruits and vegetables and stuff Mom told us when we were a kid?
Still the same things? Trying to eat more fruits and vegetables, more whole grains, so like a brown rice instead of just using white rice. Maybe a whole grain tortilla. Those make really good wraps. Whole grain breads. There's lots of different grains that are available now that didn't used to be there when some of us were growing up.
Right.
So yeah, it's a walk down the grocery store aisle. Most have like international sections where they have a lot of those foods, and some of these things you can find just in other places. Just if you're doing a little bit more looking at what's there. Yeah,
that's a great point, because sometimes it is hard to find some of these things, but there are specialty shops if you look for, or even online. I guess you can do too.
A lot of stuff is online now as well.
Yeah, is part of the problem we have today is that maybe it's a cop out, but we're so busy that we're just not eating right. Is that an issue? That because you talk about sitting at home with a family, and a lot of that's not happening anymore.
That can be part of it. So to get around that, some strategies would be just to sit down and spend a few minutes doing some planning ahead. At my house, I like to have a soup that's in the fridge, and then we can do leftovers. Or if you've made one thing that you can then adapt to to create a different dish and have leftovers available, and just know kind of thinking through what's in your cupboard, what's in your fridge, and do a little bit of that planning ahead of time. And then when you have a few moments and you can do some prep, or you can have some things ready to go, then it's easy to grab out of the fridge and just be ready to make dinner, like a stir fry, or if you have soup, it's good for several days at my house.
You guys have a good online presence. Is that a place we can go as a resource too, to find some of these?
WIC will be having things on our Facebook page. We'll post recipes, links to other recipes, and then for our WIC participants, we have some spices, some measuring cups, some other books, and some fun things that are available for families to take home and use at home.
Good stuff. We're all going to Lori's for soup tonight, by the way. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. It's good seeing you. Doug White Medical News coming up next on Noon Edition.